And you're back, everybody, in the Cypher with the Podheads. Check us out everywhere else. Guys, tell your friends and family about, especially people that are cannabis friendly. Check us out everywhere, guys. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google. We're everywhere. And yeah, we're going to do the tinfoil hat thing. So if you don't like conspiracy, my whole thing was I was driving the other day, right? And I get intrusive thoughts, and I know a lot of people probably get them, and they don't like to talk about them because they're psycho. So, for lack of a better word. So I'm driving the other day, and out of nowhere, I'm just driving the highway, and I thought about just driving into the guardrail. Just slamming myself into the guardrail at 60 miles an hour, bro. So I'm saying to myself, now, is what made me think about that? I'm listening to music. I don't have anything like that going on in my head, and that just pops into my head. So I remember immediately messaging you guys when I got home, and I said, do you think intrusive thoughts or just random thoughts that have nothing to do with what you're doing are thoughts from like maybe another life? I mean, they say, experts say that there are possibly multi-dimensions, multi-universes where there is a possibility of you doing everything and anything at that time. So like, you know, I'm sitting here recording, I have this pen, and in another universe, I just threw it against that wall because I just thought of it and doing it. You know what I mean? Like but in that moment, I'm like, did a part of me in another life just slam into that guardrail somehow?
That's some Rick and Morty shit right there for sure. Like your actions will split. You know, what I know of quantum physics and mechanics, what I, the pothead, know is that a base theory in that is that an atom or a particle is in all places at all times until it's measured. Until you look at it, then it's in this position. But in the physics of it, it's everywhere, right? So anyway, what I'm trying to get into that is that at any one time, all those realities, see money, can exist and do exist until you decide. At that moment, yeah, you thought about it, but you decided not to run into that, right? So in another universe, that decision to run into it did happen. Okay, so even to your point, maybe that universe sneaked into this universe, and that image popped into your head. In another universe, you ran into the guardrail.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't know if you buy the whole simulation theory thing, and I don't necessarily think it's, you know, a Matrix thing where we die and, oh my God, you know, you're unplugged in a sense. That would be cool. But I remember, what's his name? KRS-One.
Okay, yeah.
You know, he's not a philosopher or anything. He's a rapper, but the guy, you know, he's a well-spoken, woke guy. If you've ever listened to like him give speeches and stuff, which he does nowadays. And he just said a funny thing that resonated with me. I don't know if the guy's ever done DMT or psychedelics or anything, but he was saying how, you know, when you talk to yourself and you hear that voice in your head that's in your voice, he goes, that's your spirit, quote unquote. Now, I don't know if he's a religious man, and if he is, that's where I separate from him, because I don't necessarily believe that it's a supernatural thing, but I believe that it's something, because we're all different. What makes us all different? What makes our attitudes and behaviors so unique? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
I've been watching Star Trek a lot recently. Star Trek's The Next Generation, right? So Star Trek The Next Generation with Sir Patrick Stewart, Captain Picard.
You're such a great fan.
Yeah, no. Guy. Well, no. Well, I guess my point is that I discovered Star Trek. I knew of Star Trek, but in '92, I was like 6 years old.
I've never seen an episode, bro.
I'm on the verge that I can say Star Trek is better than Star Wars, but let me not get to that. It's just the stories. Like it just, if there was life in the universe, what stories would happen? And for 1992, the physics in the show, to me, in my brain, sound legit. So I guess what I'm getting, my point is that in Star Trek, all these beings are connected. Like everything is connected. Like everything is connected. It's just one fabric. And whether you want to believe it or not, you said it earlier in the show, Simone, we are stardust. That's where we come from. We are connected to that fabric. And sometimes other stuff from the other side of the universe sneaks in. Bloop, bloop. You know, whoa, what the fuck was that? You know?
Well, I mean, yeah, then there's been reports of people saying they have memories of past lives, or people saying, like deja vu. Deja vu in the Matrix is a glitch of the Matrix, right? So deja vu to us is just that notion of, whoa, I've been here doing this exact thing at the same time. Deja vu, dude, especially being a stoner, trips me out because I get it a lot.
All the time.
But I've reasoned with myself so much so that if you're doing more or less the same thing every day, you're gonna get deja vu. So that's where, if we were constantly traveling and going to different cities and meeting different people, and we were getting that would be weird. But if you're fucking going the same job, you're more or less eating.
You're gonna get deja vu.
So,
right. No, I'm with you, bro. I attribute deja vu to my dreams. My deja vu
dreams are a whole nother one. I'm glad you brought dreams up.
My deja vu experiences have nothing to do with like I've been here before. It's like I've dreamt this before. Like I've had a dream where this was the picture in my brain. So, what I've explained that to myself is that we all have this small power of telekinesis. In physics, it is possible to go forward in time. It's not possible to go back in time. So if you take that on this side and then you take the power of telekinesis and mind power, you can be like, I just saw the future. In my dream, I saw the future and here I am in the future. So, maybe it is the Matrix. That shit is all written and that code slipped backward and I saw myself in the future. That's how I see deja vu.
But what's so interesting is if you play, like I've been playing The Sims 4, right? And I know I lost someone right there, but hear me out. What is different from that than what we do? And what's stopping a civilization? The universe is how many billions years old? What stops a civilization that has been around for billions of years, that just hasn't been annihilated by some cosmic interaction, that figured out a way to make The Sims on a global scale?
Yeah, like
what
on a
stops that? Because if I told you in the year 1100 that we would have Elon Musk's toys, or I brought his toys, his SpaceX's and his Teslas back to the year 1100, they would kill me because they would be so terrible.
Yeah.
So it's
or a god.
It's it's weird, bro, because and the reason I bring up Sims 4, like, bro, that game is crazy detailed now. Like, I don't know if a lot of people, the last one they played was the first one when they were kids, but you can do literally anything you could possibly think of in that game in real life as well. And interacting with another Sim, you could do almost anything you could possibly think of.
Does the Sim, quote unquote, learn? Like you program it, you tell it what to do, but as it's going through its daily activities, does it do other stuff because it interacted?
You can activate anonymous mode.
So there you go. You can activate this free will mode and allow it to do whatever the fuck you want, but ultimately you programmed it to do its base.
Yes,
its base
you give it a guidelines, but you can let
Sounds
it go
pretty
wild.
Lifelike to me,
for a lack of a better word. It's you can give it traits and behaviors, and it can learn other things about other Sims in the world, and then use that to its advantage for career gain or personal gain or financial gain.
Let's talk about Sims real quick, because I feel like people like those games, like
bro, I'm hooked. It takes me 3 hours to build a house, bro.
Animal Crossing is freaking humongous right now.
I can't.
But my point is still the same. My point, it's a simulation game.
Yeah.
My stepdaughter plays this demolition, like legit buys houses and demolitions the house piece by piece. Like it's a legit demolition simulator.
She's a savage. I like it.
We talked about the Microsoft fucking airplane simulator.
Yeah.
People will spend money on that and spend hours on that because they enjoy the simulation. So I guess my question is, and shows like Westworld are popular, is like, we like the simulation theory. We like the simulation game. We like this, like, living in a different world where we have more control or not control or control something else. Like, I think that's there's something human to that, of this simulation idea.
So imagine, again, there's traces of, and Graham Hancock, who's an author, he's got some pretty badass books out there about ancient civilizations. He's even said, and he's used geologists as evidence that just 10 to 12,000 years ago, there was a massive flood that almost wiped out all civilization on Earth. So the Earth, besides just the dinosaurs being wiped out, has been through so much hell that civilization time after time after time again has probably just been so close to being extinct. I mean, imagine how many times we've had to start over or close to start over.
There is physical proof that we've gone through like 7 global catastrophic extinctions. Legit, Google, I promise. Yeah.
So imagine one planet out there out of the possible hundreds of billions that just has not gotten wiped out and never had to reset.
Man, we're lucky we're here, bro. We are lucky we're here. It's just, when I say lucky, it's like the universe is so big that sooner or later life is going to hit. Like asteroids destroy. There are more inhabitable planets than there are habitable planets, and there are billions of habitable planets. You understand? So it's just the numbers are too big, man. Star Trek, I got it right. If you don't know Star Trek, just don't. I haven't watched the original, but watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, 1992. It's good, man. It keeps the physics alive and just the idea and the love of the alien interaction. Like they're intelligent and they have feelings and they're kind of like us. I love that kind of shit. We got to get out of here, Stu Money. We're running out of time. Any last words?
It's just fun to think about this stuff, people. Obviously, you don't get lost. You go crazy trying to figure these things out. I have, and I'm, no scientific person at that. Just have fun with it, but realize there's a lot of things out there that we don't understand and we don't know, and the people that are in charge of us and make laws don't want us to even bother thinking about anything other than what we're told. It's just, you got to realize there are so many bigger things at play, and I don't know, maybe with technology we'll get there.
I totally hear you, and once internet and social media came out, it seems like we're going on a downward spiral, but I have faith. We put the tinfoil hat on, but it's really just a reminder of do your own research. Like there is so much information out there, and they're not telling you the truth. The truth is out there, X-Files style. You just gotta go look for it. So do your own research. Don't be a sheep, and keep it moving, guys. Hashtag Weed Wednesdays. We're the Potheads web show. For C Money, I'm JB Perez. For Frank the Tank, who's not here. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.